Hello, folks. It's Chris McLean, and what has sure likely to happen on Total Drama World Tour Simulator that we were Switzerland, known in Canada, that was in the Olympics, since we almost had nothing to think about of how we were going to go, and set the challenges for them. And at the end of the day, that Courtney was voted off and out of the game, thanks to Alejandro's sneaky ways that had her gone, and the game too. And hopefully Duncan can still stay in for long and be able to expose Alejandro and Josh, or even Trent, since this can be very tricky for him to do. And will anybody be on the ready point of not being sent on home for now? And as we're close to the finals and will become to be the final five and happening and more and for more. And hopefully we'll find out as soon enough that we'll see who may and will stay in, as in for long enough. Like once again, Courtney was the only one who was voted off thanks to Alejandro that played behind the scenes. And also voted out Duncan's babe. Like holy crap. Like he voted off Courtney for no absolute reason. That was Alejandro and Josh that were both the ones to vote off Courtney upper-handedly and send her gone and packing. Will Duncan be able to survive, or will any character be sure enough to make it to the very end of the season before it's all said and over? Right here and find out of now of Total Drama World Tour Simulator. Anyway, let's begin the show. Shall we, Chef?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let's just get on with the show already.
Alrighty then, let's do this. And here we go.
Damn, to be honest with you, Chris, was that, how long were you in your hot tub for, since I was done with the final six doing the challenge last time in Canada, in Switzerland last time. And now it's the final five left to say.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I guess that I was in my hot tub about like 4 hours to say while you were out there and had to do was a downhill challenge. Huh, that was interesting.
Yep, that's the one. And I see. Plus, that's a long time to be in there, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Plus, I just needed it anyway to fresh up in there. So that way I would look better for the last time of season 3 has to be done in the final 3.
Sure, that's fair to say. And that's fine, dude.
Meanwhile, in first class with Sally and Gothlistic Girl, that they're going to be thinking pretty carefully to know who's going to be safe or not. It looks like Sally and Gothlistic Girl were making an interesting plan to know how they're going to stay in there, while there were the girls' pack, on the other hand, while there were two girls in the pack trying to be sure to get rid of one of the guys to be sent on home packing, since they were almost deciding to have Alejandro or Duncan to be the next people to be eliminated, since Sally or Gothlistic Girl were thinking of a careful idea and very well ideas to do so. And then, of course, that once again, that looks like Sally, on the other hand, was also trying to convince with Gothlistic Girl that she was willing to get Duncan to join with them to pretty much vote either Trent or Alejandro off, since they were deciding to have Trent to be the next one to be eliminated. And oh man, guess we're going to see how this will play on out. It looks like for Sally, she was pretty much thinking of an order to say who would still continue on was Alejandro or Duncan would be the first to go, and then second would be is for second or third. That would be Trent or Josh. Apparently, that might either be knowing how the order eliminations will be turned on the plan, or plans can change simply. And as in for that, Gothlistic Girl was enjoying their ideas so far as in for her idea that was liking Sally's idea that they were actually going to get close enough to beat Josh in the final three, which that was also going to be worth something to see. But anyway, that was pretty much what was going on. And meanwhile, with Josh and Trent being in the Chris McClane movie theater set, and as in for Josh, he was not liking it so far and he was not having a very good day. So far as in for him that he was not having a good day while he was trying to upper hand his numbers not to be almost eliminated, while Trent on the other hand was trying to imitate him or pretty much to bother him by screwing him off a little bit at that. And oh man, looks like we're seeing all that going down. And so far, meanwhile, back in the plane with Duncan and Alejandro, that were pretty much in the back of the plane. Well, likewise and always. Great. Just great. Now, that Courtney is gone and out of the game, which sucks. And I hope that I can pull this off one last time, or my lucky last time on this show without being gone too. And I just know that I can keep this together. And Josh will pay for this afterwards. Oh, and looks like Duncan is really going on at it for so far to think of an interesting idea how to keep on exposing Josh and Alejandro if he still remains to stay in the game, as long as quick as enough to stay in. Nah, I'm not listening to you, dude. What makes you think that I will help you? And fat chance, bro. The only person I'm voting off is you and Trent and Goblista Girl and Sally and then Josh out of the show. So good luck and find somebody else to side with because it's not going to matter. And then looks like Duncan was trying to back him off since Alejandro was pretty much trying to trick Duncan into an idea that Alejandro was trying to convince him to, but Duncan just really didn't want to help. But so far, let's see how this continues. Just say it, and once it's done, then we're going back to hating each other likewise. And Alejandro understood Duncan what he said. Let me think and see if I had to pick. Would be Sally, that I would vote for, I guess. Since Duncan did decide to say that Sally would be the next person to be voted off. Yeah, sure, Alejandro. Heh, same to yourself, fool. Meanwhile, back with me and Chef, we're pretty much driving the plane, or pretty much for exactly for diving or driving the plane or whatever. So blah 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 blah.
So when are you going to take them on? Which, of course, since I would need a break, like maybe just hang out in your movie theater set for a bit after it's over.
Well, I would say is what the heck. Fine, you can have a break since the season is almost in the finals, and you can get yourself some food and drinks too, and watch any movies as you want after the challenge is done, and give them a break or two, and head to the next location.
Okay, you got it, Chris. I'll go on and do that. And oh, where should we land down to by the way? You know where we should land.
Oh, I have a good idea for that. Is our first stop is Greenland. Greenland is where we can land.
All right, good idea. Let's do that.
Anyway, as in for Chef, he lowers down the plane on the ground to Greenland and pretty much did so.
All right, it's on the ground now. And I'll see you later after the challenge is over, Chris, man.
Good talk, Chef. Good talk. And I'll see you later too. And I will be back to check on you. Meanwhile, with everybody being off the plane, and find out who is going to win this time. As for much likely and more, coming soon right now to the challenges at the middle side of the challenge. Anyway, here on Total Drama World Tour Simulator after these messages and after the break.